Hello guys, it's been a while. Golden Goblins versus Power COC. This, I think, was an arranged war. I wasn't in this. I'm not really a full-time goblin, spending a lot of time in bronze goblins. 3-star count 35 to 33, the final score 115, 112. Power COC is part of a family with 6 Schlitzer, Clash United, EWA. I didn't think that existed anymore. Apparently it does. They did fairly well. This came down to the last few bases. I think I'm going to show 5 or 6 from this. I'll start at the bottom. I haven't really watched all of these, but I skimmed for some decent army comps. So this is a Laloon. No healers to be seen. So Golem in with some whizzies up north. Gonna create a funnel. And the queen behind that. Straight into the enemy queen. King's gonna go for a tiny walk before he decides to do what he's supposed to do. Enemy queen's already dead. So it's just the CC to deal with. Goblins, couple of Valks and a baby dragon. Quite formidable. Certainly against ground troops. Goblins tie everything up. Valks swing like bitches. And that baby dragon deals damage. But at this point, we're going in 3 air defenses left. And only 18% of the base taken down with that kill squad. So a big loon portion to this attack. First AD is wrecked. Haste spells are going to drag everything in quite quickly. And the air defense is being quite exposed, sort of from 12 till 3. Means that they went down fairly quick. He's only got his max hound left. But 2 rage spells have pushed everything across this whole base. The only detrimental defense left is that Wizzy Tower, which is doing work. He's got about a bazillion pops cleaning up around the outside of the base. Will these loons get there? God, loons move so slow. So the Wizzy Tower is a little bit distracted. Gives the loons enough time to get over top. And we shall fast forward. That was Batman. Just some huts left. Pretty to watch. GG's in a massive war at the moment versus some clan called Ideal Bandits. And Ideal Bandits are pretty sick. They've been using this weird, that's not weird, it's like a bowler miner strat. Sometimes there's a queen walk, sometimes there isn't. Some crazy attacks on both sides. So the queen's coming in from 6 here. Troll Tesla goes down. Coco has a lot of healers here. I think about 7 at the start. So it's a fairly big investment into healing his queen, who I think must have 5 on her. And where he's going to lay these other 2 healers down. Probably on something with the CC. We will see. I have not watched this. But I like Coco's style. So we watch. Queen's going to pull the CC here in a second. Rage. Preempting what's coming. There's the hog. Couple of Valkyries. Whiz baby dragon. Gonna take on the enemy king at the same time, so the ability and the rage can help push through that. Second rage down. And that baby dragon has locked healers. And they're on not a lot of health. He's got 2 more for his king here at 9 o'clock. Queen's going to keep doing work through the base now. That set of healers is low on health, but unless they run into an orange bomb, they're not going to get threaten too much. That Wizzy Tower might get to him. So King's going to end up clearing trash on the outside of the base. Not sure he wasn't supposed to go in. It doesn't matter. These healers have locked onto a pack of Valkyries with bowlers. And they've broken through, and the top section of this base is getting trashed. He's only brought a couple of hogs in. A few Teslas around the town hall. These guys had some really good bases. Powercock, formidable clan. This was no easy war for Goblins. The scoreline reflects a fairly comfortable win, but yeah, another troll Tesla. I'm guessing the hogs don't make it. So we watch the cleanup troops get there in the end. 2 bombs on that. Evil Powercocks. That was 23. I like 22. This is Loki. Valkyries, hogs, max heroes. He's brought 1 jump spell. And it's going to be a queen charge, I reckon. I think he's going to try and push her into the base here. Though she might get that air defense from the outside. So I'm not sure who these guys got next. Goblins, like I said, spun a random war after this and pulled some 40-40 clan with like 15 burners at the bottom. But fun wars. I think they've got a 22 win streak and Goblins is on 40. So it's all to play for. Hopefully get a recap of that one in. So Queen's done some work here. She's taken out the enemy king. The CC's now been pulled completely. She's going to need the rage spell and that second poison. Baby Dragon has done tons of work up top just to clear a funnel for the king and the Valkyries to go straight into the enemy queen. She's not going to stand a chance against that many Valks. King rages up just for time purposes, I would guess. Get all those barbs down. And that jump spell takes everything into the core of the base. Gonna need that heal. There's a bit of a Tesla farm coming up. The king is pretty low on health and not got too many Valkyries left with him. But the surgical hog has now come in from 6 to 9. And he had like 16 hogs, so that is just gonna easily take down those last sort of 6 or 7 defenses. Saying that, all those hogs have a sliver left. We've got cleanup wandering around the southern bit of the base. Three more? I'll show 3 more. The next one I liked was 18. It's the Great John. I think this was their top 9. We'll see in a second. Megan Fox. I don't know, is that like a famous person's name or something? I'm very out of touch. So Queen straight in on the enemy queen at 6. She's got minions just to make sure she goes the right direction. Doesn't get too distracted. That enemy queen, once she aggroes, he can probably start the king off somewhere. This is an air attack, so I'd expect we want a couple of air defenses to go down. Sweeper is in a fairly strong position. He's brought a jump spell. So some of this push might be right into the CC here. Once that's pulled and taken care of. 16 loons, 2 hounds, probably a hound CC, but we'll wait. I really should watch these, but I find it more interesting to watch the attack. If I start trying to commentate on something I've already seen, it's just not very exciting. So here comes the hound out of the CC. And there's the king clearing some trash around the outside of the base. This hound will go down easy enough, it's just time. So we've got 1:30 left in this raid. And the air portion starts. So king is literally just going to clear trash and tank some cannons, which wouldn't have mattered for this air bit. And he's pretty much gone balls to the wind here. The Great John has put virtually all of his troops down. And they're all going to track sort of straight through. Some pretty good loon pathing on this base. Those sort of 4 compartments that were holding defenses are just like little wind tunnels for these loons. A couple of back-end loons don't quite make it to that Wizzy Tower, but he has 2 hounds left up. And thankfully, because he just lost about 8 loons on that second to last Wizzy Tower. He's probably not going to get this last hound. Oh, just pops and loses half of it. But there is cleanup going on everywhere. Some really good bases. Still on these air attacks, though I'm going to learn how to do this bowler miner thing. We will scoot up the map. There was quite a few dips in this war. I think both sides had quite a few dips. The 10s were a bit of a battle, and I think the breakdown meant that if 10s had to dip on any 9s, and yeah, you know how it goes. Suddenly 11s are dipping on 10s, and 10s are trying to clear 10s. But this is a 10v10, and it's an air attack. Bit of a bowler push, so the Queen Walk looking to get an air defense, and probably one Inferno Tower. And I'm assuming he really wants to pull the CC. Queen's going to go for a bit of a wander here. Not sure if this went entirely to plan, but she's going to break in. She's going to have access to that Inferno Tower. There's the first air defense to drop. And these multi-Inferno Towers actually aren't too bad on heroes, if nothing else is hitting her. She'll stay up for a while. There's the ability. We're going to take down that Inferno. And now the king can probably come in from where that first set of wall breakers. Queen's she's got access now to like that town hall compartment. Here comes the jump. King's going to be responsible for the enemy queen, probably. Probably the enemy king. There's the CC pulled. CC of Death. She takes the double bomb. She's going to take 2 Valkyries and the baby dragon. Bowlers are going to get the enemy queen and another air defense. And now the pathing across the southern bit of this base has been made quite easy by that massive funnel. So all those haste spells just going to speed these loons through. And you can see where this is going. Still has a couple of bowlers left up. And we're on loons cleaning up. Lelantos, the air attacks, just keep rolling in. Got one more. This is an 11 v11 Okonga. And it's not a forehead miner spam, which is nice. We had a few of those in this war. Forehead miner spam works and will continue to wipe bases until they make it not work. But we do like a nice loon. His troops and spells wrap. I hate scrolling that much, though I've gotten more used to it since they've added the last few troops, like the miners and the baby dragons and stuff. I remember the good old days when if I had to scroll, I always fucking forgot something. And I'd end up with like 3 archers in the bag and a hut in the corner that I'd not killed. So Hogs Inn have pulled the CC, massive barbs, baby dragon. I think there's a Valk in there, possibly 2 Valks. Double poison. Queen's going to take care of that. The king has gone for a walk, but the bowlers are going to go in the right direction. And they're going to hit straight onto the eagle. Going to get an inferno and cut a big path. So we're looking at 34% of the base down and the air attack can start. Hound's going to soak up all those traps up top. And these sort of, they're not dragonflower bases, but these square compartmentalized bases line up defenses so well for air attacks. The clan we're facing now has quite a few 11s that they're not quite as symmetrical as this, and the defenses are staggered, like a tile stagger, but it's just meaning that things get a little out of line. There's different spots for bombs than there normally are, and loons do not path. Staggered defenses nearly as well, because you find they split and they don't want to go like they just did there. So he's not got much left. He does have a few minions down for cleanup. There's quite a bit of time left in this attack and only one defense. Full health queen. They will make it to this archer tower. And the hero queen finishes the raid. It was a fantastic war. There was absolutely no shit talk that I noticed. I wasn't in the war, but I think both sides had a really good time. Hope you enjoyed it. See you guys soon.